Next into the tank is a team of engineers who's hoping that their fully custom autonomous vehicle will be enough to impress the Sharks.
Hi Sharks, I'm John, these are my teammates Yanni and Joe, and we're AutoNav. We're seeking $10,000 and trips to Germany in exchange for 100% of our robot. We're a team of 8 engineering students, 4 being software, 3 mechanical, and 1 electrical engineering student. We are building a fully autonomous vehicle to traverse an outdoor obstacle course and compete in the intelligent ground vehicle competition. Here's a video clip of the winning team from last year. That'll be us soon, don't worry. And there's about 15 other collegiate teams that are competing in this competition from all across the country. We all tasked with the same thing, with building this autonomous robot to navigate that track. This course consists of white bounding lines that the vehicle needs to stay between, avoid cones, potholes, go up a ramp, and at one point use GPS waypoints to navigate when the lines disappear. One of the main goals of this competition is to advance the autonomous car industry, along with simulating real-world driving. And so that's enough talking about our product. Let's actually show you guys. So here's Bowser.
Okay, so here's our robot Bowser. Bowser consists of 3 main subassemblies. The first being the powertrain subassembly, which serves to propel and maneuver the robot around the obstacle course. The next subassembly is our cast wheel suspension subassembly, and this serves to absorb the shock impacts when going over the ramp obstacle and to mitigate and reduce oscillations and vibrations when maneuvering around the course. The last subassembly that I'll talk about is the frame and base plate, which serves to hold the robot together structurally and have a surface to support all of the electrical components that we have mounted on top.
You know, this robot, it looks super impressive, it looks super technical, and I'm a technical guy, I like details. Can you tell me more about how you built this?
Yeah, so we built Bowser using a variety of manufacturing processes. To name a few, we used CNC milling, we used a water jet, we used a lathe, and we used a bandsaw, among other tools. Most importantly, however, we used additive manufacturing, specifically PLA 3D printing, to mount housings and mounts for our electrical components. Prominently mounted on the forefront of our robot is the SICK LiDAR. And one thing that you'll notice about the LiDAR is that it's mounted upside down. And we did this that way the LiDAR would be able to have better data coverage below and closely in front of the robot.
That was very interesting. Can you walk us through how the software works?
Well, let me tell you. We wanted to build a software solution that was robust and used industry tools and frameworks. We carefully constructed our hardware and software stack to have portability, dependability, and performance. Let's look at how we launch our software stack. It starts with a launch script. In our launch script, we have an image key, which we parse to find our base layer and our custom layers. We then run a Docker run command, which either builds the container or launches an existing container. Once we've launched our container, it's time to launch our system. We start by building all of our ROS nodes, and we do this through a script which builds them in the correct order. We then use a launch file which launches them all with the correct parameters. Now our system is running. Well, that's great, but how does it really work? It starts with 2 sensors, the multi-scan and the camera. We read in data to the ROS server using the LiDAR and the camera into the ROS topics. From there, we transform the LiDAR image into a bird's eye view XY with the intensities and feed both of the camera image and the LiDAR image into a customized CUDA kernel. After these kernels are run, we take the images and run them through a Bayesian belief network. This network allows us to weight the images based on sensor confidence and add them together. Well, how does AutoNav navigate? We utilize Nav2, a framework that's built to work well with ROS2 and handles navigation. Now you know how the software works, so I'm going to pass it back to John.
Yeah, sure. So that's our pitch. Is there any questions?
So what are your sales on this project?
Yeah, so right now we're $3,000 negative, but that's because of research and development.
All right. Well, that's all well and good, but how am I going to make money on this deal?
Yeah, so here's how. So our product is adaptable and can be seamlessly integrated into real-world industries. So our product's the most impactful in ones that require manual labor and the completion of repetitive tasks, and one of those being warehouse automation. So in warehouses, you have to move shipments and crates all around, and with our robot, we can modify it to follow the lines and navigate paths in between different warehouses using GPS waypoints. Another implementation that we could use our robot for would be autonomous lawn mowing. So I know all you sharks probably hate mowing your lawns. This is a great solution to that. So you would take this robot, set some GPS waypoints of how big your yard is, backyard or front yard, and from there we can use the LiDAR and camera to avoid obstacles like trees and bushes while making sure your whole lawn is mowed. Finally, it can also be used for meal delivery. So if you're in a town or a city, there could be one of these robots that goes to a local restaurant, picks up food, and uses GPS waypoints to deliver it to your house or apartment. And this would be able to maneuver around crowded spaces, around people and obstacles. But yeah, that's our product. Who's in, sharks?
You know, I love the product. I see huge potential here. But my son works for Grubhub. So for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, we understand, and just know we're going to be putting your son out of business. So
That's messed up.
John, team, I really like the technology, so I'm going to go ahead and make you an offer. I can give you $5,000, but I can't take you to Germany. I can't take you to France, though. Are you open to that?
all right, well, Mr. Fantastic, we really do appreciate it, but again, we know what our product's worth. We know what it can do in the real world and how big of an impact it can have, and so for that reason, we have to reject that offer. But we appreciate your time. I can't believe these guys.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with you.
To be honest.
I'm going to have to agree with you. You know, I think that was a lowball 11. You know, Mr. Fantastic, he doesn't get that nice watch from not benefiting himself, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to cut you a deal here, you know, benefits both of us, right? I give you that trip to Germany, right?
Okay.
The only thing is, you're going to have to give me some security on my investment. I'm going to need, I can offer $8K, so you're going to have to save me $2,000 there. What do you think about that?
8K?
With the
8K
trip.
and a trip to Germany.
All right, we got to talk about that for a quick sec.
Think hard.
Can't believe we made that deal. We really do appreciate the offer, but we're gonna have to turn it down again. Like I said before, our thing is worth $10,000. We know how much this is worth and what it can do for everyone, and we know we can shop around and find someone else that'll even give us a better offer than that. So
Are you sure about that?
we're so positive.
Good luck finding somebody who's going to give you $10,000 and a trip to Germany.
We know who.
We wish you best of luck.
Come on, Bowser.
Thank you, Sharks.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you turned that down.
Can you believe that?
I mean, not taking that deal. That's sick.
I was shocked by your deal. I wouldn't have given a deal that good.
That's the best I could have possibly done. And if anything, I was being way too generous.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think you were right to get out with this Grubhub thing. I mean, that's your son. Right?
I don't think it's a great product though. I think they can do it.
Yeah, I love the warehouse aspect, the mowing the lawn. Hate doing that.